Dan Moskal here, and in this video we're going to install a new WordPress theme, and we're also going to look at customizing some of your WordPress themes. So what we were doing is trying to customize our website, the sidebar, and make it bigger so it would fit a 300 or 3 by 36 advertisement. Then this is using the Genesis Frameworks balance theme. So what we're going to do, we obviously messed it up. This stuff happens. Thank goodness this isn't like a website we've spent a bunch of time already customizing. So it's important to have a website to test things on when you do mistakes like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go install the theme, and we'll go ahead and just upload another Genesis theme. If you'd like to see a free theme, please leave a comment below and I can do that. But we're going to upload the 1140 Genesis theme. Many of these themes work very similar. Geez, I can't. Okay. So you are going to have to upload it with a zip format, FYI. And we're just going to delete the balance theme, and then we can re-upload it later if we choose to change it back to use this and try and rearrange that sidebar again. So we can preview it if we want, and we'll go ahead and just do that so we can see. This is what our website would look like with the sidebar. So this is my suspicion and my curiosity. I'm wondering if these images are being shrunk to fit in the sidebar, because this is a 300, the width's supposed to be 300 pixels, and this width is 336, but we're not going to worry about that right now. So site title, that's that right there. You can put in a tagline if you want. Navigation. That should show up here in a second. Maybe this theme's unique and doesn't have a sideline or a tagline display. All these themes are just going to be just a little bit uniquely different, such as the navigation menus. This should be updating. I don't know why it's not. There should be a live there we go. You can see the menus there. So anyways, you can mess around with static page too and have different posts come up, or have it as one page. We're going to go ahead and save it and activate it and go look at it. You can close it out, and you don't have to upload it. You can upload the theme and not make the theme active on your website right away. In case you make mistakes and you want to start over with things, I usually just delete it and then re-upload it. The news theme is another theme that I can show you here in a minute if you're curious, because so right now this is kind of the basic. This is what we did have. This is the basic 1140 theme with the default colors and stuff. We can customize everything, and no matter what sort of theme you use, whether it's free theme or a paid theme, it's important to find something that looks similar to what your big picture, even if it's big picture, just this weak idea of what your website's going to look like. And don't stress it. If things aren't perfect right away, just keep working on your website, adding new contents, and you can always fix these things. I mean, look at how quick we just changed that design. It took 3 seconds. And to customize these things, it's become so much easier than it was in the past. So let's go ahead, and widgets is a way to customize it, menus, but the super advanced customization stuff is going to be underneath the editor. And we're going to go ahead and play with some of these things because I'm curious. We're going to mess around with the body, and the wrap, I believe, is how this interacts with one another. There's a simple hooks or a Genesis hooks that helps me get an idea of how all these things fit together. It simplifies it. I'll show you here in another future video. So there's a few different things. You can see all these different things: breadcrumbs, the size of the font on the page title, all sorts of different things. So let's just see what we get to here. Here's the body. This would be like the background color. So let's change this. This would be the background color, and then that'll be the color. So let's just change this and see what happens here. And this is the body, as in it should be that stuff, I believe. So what I would recommend is copying this before you make any changes, in case you're doing it to a live site, or to get your things back if you don't want to delete it and have to reinstall it and start over from scratch if you made some customizations that you like. So let's see how this changed. The color somewhere should have changed. Okay, so that's not one that we do anything with, so let's try this one. Some of these might be actual like color codes that I'm just not typing in right, so if you're smarter than I am at the current time, then you might want to double check that. Well, I wonder if it's the color codes, and what I mean by color codes. Here, we'll just try that real quick. Sorry, this is going slow. It's hosted with HostMonster. I don't believe there's a cache employed. If you're using a WordPress site and aren't using some sort of cache, it'll help speed up your website. And I recommend using it if you're using search engine optimization or just want to have your users get a good experience. So this is what I mean by color. So we'll plug that in and see if it changes anything. And then we'll plug in red for the other one. Let's see what happens. Sometimes you just have to plug things in and see what happens. That Moz selection may have something to do with it, but I haven't seen that Moz selection on any other templates I've used thus far. So, and if your changes, it'd be worth checking your cache to make sure your changes aren't doing anything, aren't being cached, so you can't see them right away if you do have a cache on. Okay, so I'm going to assume that that does probably nothing. So here's the header. Here's the background. You could put a color. That's something we will do here. We'll change the color. You can shadow it. You can change the family style. The font size, we'll put it up to 54. Minimum height. We'll see what that does. This is the padding. This is kind of the stuff around it. And it looks like this is going to be the title and the header. So that should be, well, we'll see. So we always have to update the file. But we should see some significant changes on this one. Unlike our other two. There we go. Oh, there's the color change. So there's the red. Did the header, did this, I didn't notice if that got bigger or not. I think it did. I guess we can go and look at this one. So this is the default size. Maybe it stayed the same. Okay, so I'm wondering why that isn't updating right away, because that color changed, and that's not from changing. Oh, I'm sorry, it is. It's the title background. That's what we changed. And the reason we can still see some of this little orange sticking over is you just have to play around with some of these things. I think there's probably some, maybe it's the padding, it might be the shadowing. It might be a box shadow. It says 0.3 here, and your template's going to be a little bit more unique to whatever you have. So this is the title before. I'm curious, I wonder if this is all within the header stuff. I think it probably is. I wonder if we changed the height here that it might change. So I'm going to let you play with yours, and then that would be the width. We could play with, there'd be an image header full width. Sorry, I'm not more familiar with this specific. I haven't spent much time. I'm a lot more specific with the news theme in these super geek edits, because this stuff is really the techie stuff, and it's worth doing a little bit of it. If you look at the news theme, and just to give you an example, like the news theme does not appear like this site is all white with everything. The news theme is not all white like this as the default setting, and we changed a whole bunch of things and kind of figured everything out. And maybe I'll show you here. That'd probably be a better way with the simple hooks actually displayed, because it gives you kind of a blueprint of the way the website is set up and the way you can insert, advertisements, I think, in kind of a little bit more of a smooth way, and that might help the site speed on your website, which is also important to SEO. So look at some other videos on our YouTube channel. This is Dan Moskal. You can also visit danmoskaluniversity.com for more tips. You can grab a copy of our book over at Amazon, How to Create a Website Easy button. And please like this video, comment below, let us know what you have problems or troubles with. We're here to help, and have a wonderful afternoon.